Hey everyone, welcome back to another live stream. It's been a long time since we had the last live stream, but we're here today because we do have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for, let's see, Jefferson County, East Central Missouri, and southwestern St. Louis County and Missouri until 5 o'clock. So we're watching 60-mile-per-hour winds and small hail with this. If you're just welcome everybody. Like I said, we weren't really forecasting any severe weather, but you can see we got a first warning, so I wanted to be here with you. First live stream since or while we're in the new studio. I don't even know how to speak, but like I said, we do have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for the Eureka area, Bryan's Mill, Scottsdale, and head towards the Wildwood and parts of St. Louis County this afternoon. Let's make sure everything is good here. Okay, everything is looking good. Let me just get a couple things ready. And if we can please share this live stream, because a lot of people are leaving work around this time and they're going to be driving in a severe thunderstorm warning potentially that has 60-mile-per-hour winds and a hail threat with this. So let's make sure we get everything ready here real quick. Give me 1 second, everyone. Just getting a couple things posted here. Let's see if I can get it. Okay, it does not look like it's coming through just yet. Let's see here, but if you're just tuned in, we do have a severe thunderstorm warning for the Eureka area and parts of Jefferson County headed towards southwestern parts of St. Louis County. And this actually has a hail threat. You can see as we zoom in here, the white that's flashing on the screen, that it's picking up some stronger rain that may lead some hail that's headed right towards the Eureka area. You can see here. Let's switch the scenes. So Twin River Park, Eureka area, near the Crescent area, all the way up eventually near the Baldwin area if this holds together. So let's make sure we're sharing this live stream because we got a decent amount of people here that are in this warning. So we need to make sure they're prepared as well. So welcome everybody. How are you guys doing? Glad to see you guys here. Yes, glad to see you guys here. We are tracking this thunderstorm warning. I wanted to go live today because we weren't really expecting any severe weather, but of course, any of the rain will be perfect, just like what we need here. And if we go to this live camera here, this is facing right into the storm. And wow, this is an impressive thunderstorm that is caused by daylight heating, everybody. So that warm and muggy temperatures that you feel outside, that is the result of this. But heavy rainstorm here, it's looking very nice visually here at the 44 at 141. So I'm still getting used to this new office setup. So give me just 1 second. Yes, it does not look like it's posting to our page, which is okay, but if we can share the live stream, I would really do appreciate that. But most of the area, like I mentioned, is fine right now, but the main reason why we're live here is for the Eureka storm. You can see right here on the camera is this storm that we're looking at, and this has some 60-mile-per-hour winds and some small hail could be possible with this. It's been a while actually since we've been seeing these type of storms. Let's go back to the radar view, but you can see a little bit closer on the radar screen. It's going to go Valley Park, Baldwin. It's actually going to go right towards that camera at the bottom left. So if you're watching, make sure you're watching that bottom left camera because it's going to head right towards that area. So let me get that real quick. I don't think our warning system has realized that we have updated. So give me 1 second, everybody, while I get this out here. And this warning is actually going to be going till 5 p.m. So, like I said, if you know anybody that's driving home towards the Eureka area before 5 p.m., make sure you share them this live stream just to let them know that a strong storm producing 60-mile-per-hour winds is headed their way. And it's right on top of the Eureka area as we speak. You can see news radar scans coming in. And that white flashing that you see on here, that is showing some stronger rain inside that storm, which also may cause some hail as well. So some small hail could be possible with this. We'll actually throw on the hail tracker. Let's see if we can pick up anything. Or do we have that loaded up? Yeah, so it is picking up some small hail on the radar here. So you can see right just south of the Eureka area, the hail potential may try to hold off from the Eureka area, which that would be nice. We do not want any hail with that, but back out to the regular radar view. Like I said, the severe thunderstorm warning is in effect for Jefferson County and southwestern St. Louis County, and it's moving to the northeast at 15 miles per hour. So it's a slow mover. We're not really expecting it to go crazy all the way up near the St. Charles area, but if you're near the Baldwin Valley Park, the SSM St. Clair Health Center, or the DePere Hospital if it's still in business, you might want to watch out for the storm as it does head off to the north and east. But like I said, this is your classic summertime storm due to the heat and humidity. We're at 92 degrees outside, if not warmer, around this area. So it is perfectly understandable why we do have the thunderstorm that's popping up. And I wanted to go live just because we do have a wind and hail threat, which was not advertised today. And we weren't really expecting any really severe warning as well. So I do want to make that a point, that we weren't expecting any severe weather. So it is breaking news that we are seeing the severe weather as well. But of course, we'll be here tracking it. Not expecting any tornadoes this afternoon. Really just expecting some pop-up thunderstorms like you can see around the area. But looks like around this Eureka, the Eureka storm, I should say, is causing it to be severe warned. So, and we'll go to the highway camera. This is looking directly into the storm here. You can see a whole bunch of rain. Not really seeing anything crazy. Like I said, we're not going to see any funnel clouds, wall clouds, nothing like that. So that is great, honestly. We're not going to see any wall clouds, any rain. This rain, not going to see any rain. But yeah, like I said, nothing too crazy, but it does have potential for hail moving towards the Eureka area and eventually getting to the Valley Park. Like I said, the storm is going to go right over this camera, if not very near this camera. So we're going to have a good visual of it for a while. And if anybody knows the MODOK camera hotline, if you can tell them to tilt the camera up, it'll be a very nice view. But back to the radar, you can see not much else to talk about. If you're in like the Wentzville, Warrenton, New Haven, Union, St. Clair, you guys are just fine. But the main point is the southwestern St. Louis County, northwestern Jefferson County. So if you know anybody in those areas that are driving on the way home from work, make sure you share them the live stream so they can be updated and try to prepare so they don't run into potential hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. Now, the Bryan's Mill, High Ridge, House Springs, and Pacific are also in this path, and Interstate 44 between exits 261 and 269. Now, if you're approaching the 261 and 269 exits or mile markers, you might want to pull off because you do have a severe thunderstorm warning that's going right over the top of your head. So that is something to note here. But we don't have any, we don't have any severe thunderstorm watches. This was actually not expected as well. So that is that. Checking a couple reports that are coming in. Heavy rain is being reported in Eureka. Not seeing the hail, but it says gusty winds are being reported. So welcome everybody. It's been a long time since we did our live stream. Almost don't even know how to do a live stream, but hopefully you guys like the new setup. This is a new setup. We're gonna add a couple things, and if I'm a little bit slow, we're just getting used to it as well. But eventually in some of the live streams, we're gonna be standing. This desk that we have also raises up, so we can also stand while we do the live stream. So that is fairly nice. But you can see I want to go back to this camera because this camera is giving a very good visual of the severe thunderstorm warning. You can see right below me is the radar. This is what the camera is looking at here, and what a very nice view. You can see very strong thunderstorm. I think the criteria of the warning is perfect. So it looks like they have downgraded this to 60-mile-per-hour winds. So they're not really seeing a hail threat with this, but the radar is kind of picking up some hail on the reflectivity. As you can see, it's flashing in white. It is a kind of indication that we are looking at some hail here. Let's see. I can't show it yet. I don't have permission, but we are... Yeah, basically the video that got sent in to me is what we're seeing on the live camera. You can see at the very top part of your screen here, you can see the heavy rainfall with the sun beaming on it. The sun is giving us really good show here. Welcome everybody. How's it going? Long time no see. Long time no see, everybody. How are we doing? I missed you guys. I was hoping we would get a warning because I've been wanting to go live, and mostly everything is set up here at the studio. But like I said, let's not get too distracted. They did condense this warning. They did not expand this. It does go for another 20 minutes, but you can see the storm is not moving that fast. It's only moving at 15 miles per hour off to the northeast. So like I said, it's not a fast mover. It's really going to be sitting over the Eureka area and eventually making its way over near the Valley Park, Wildwood, and Baldwin. So if you're in the Wildwood, Ellisville, Baldwin, Valley Park, the Sherman area, and the exits from 141 all the way to about Six Flags, you want to be prepared that we do have a strong storm that does have a small hail risk and 60-mile-per-hour winds that's going to be moving through. But we also did not expect any severe weather at all, so this is a kind of bit of a surprise. So make sure you're taking your proper precautions, and we are sharing the live stream to let everybody know that there is a severe thunderstorm warning that is being observed by the radar. So let me just look at that. Okay. Appreciate all the likes so far. Yeah, it's a little bit, nothing really leading up because we really didn't advertise that much on the storm here. All right, new update. Like I said, it's slowly moving, but it looks like it's gaining some intensity as it goes over to the Eureka area. So if you're right around the Snooks, the Crit Trip at the 109 exit and Eureka, that is where the strongest part of the storm is right now. If you make a left like towards the Walgreens and down there, that's where we see the strongest part of the storm. So if you're between like the Six Flags or actually the Walmart and by the Byerly RV Center, that is where the heaviest part of the storm is now. Everywhere else besides a couple storms here in Hillsborough, not expected to be severe, and some other showers that are back behind in the Pacific and Catawissa area, though they're not expected to be severe. It's really just this one warning here that has decided to go crazy and have a chance to produce hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. So that is what we're tracking here. And down below, towards the bottom left in this scene here, you can watch that live camera. You can see traffic is slowing down just a little bit. Not sure if it's weather related or just evening traffic. But like I said, if you're headed towards the Eureka area, we have some people in Pacific and the Villa Ridge and House Springs, places like those that do watch. So just let them know that they might be running into a severe storm and see if they can find an alternate. There's not really an alternate around this area, but definitely want to be prepared to 60-mile-per-hour winds and some very, very small hail, like pea-sized hail, could also be expected. How's everybody doing? Once again, like I said, no tornadoes are possible. Really, no severe weather was possible. Oh, Kathy, just saw your comment. Sorry about that, Kathy. Like I said, we just got this new setup, so this is kind of almost like a test stream here. But Kathy says, in winter St. Clair a bit ago, lots of noise, rained a little bit. Okay, so that's very good to know. Yeah, that was back before it got severe when it was moving towards Sullivan. So thank you for that report, Kathy. I really do appreciate it. But yeah, it has gained some steam since it went over the St. Clair area, but now it's over to Eureka area, and like I said, it's only moving northeast at 15 miles per hour, so if you're over the 44 area between, let's look at those exits one more time, between exits 261 and 269, you will have some problems, and let's actually go find a camera right at the 109 exit to see if we can get a visual of what's exactly happening. So here is where the storm is at. This is 44 at the 109. You can see the Snooks off in the background here. And like I said, we're not seeing anything scary like tornadoes, but lots of heavy rain is falling. See, the trees are moving, so it does indicate some gusty winds. And this is the strongest part of the storm now. I don't see any hail. And then you can take a look with me, but I'm not seeing any white drops indicating hail, but I'm seeing some gusty winds and some heavy rain that are around the Eureka area. So make sure you're taking your proper precautions as you're driving through the Eureka area, as we do have a severe thunderstorm warning in place. I was looking at the weather and it said no severe weather was possible. Can you describe what may have happened to have this severe thunderstorm warning today? Well, that is a very good question. So basically, short story, not too long of a story here, is we have hot temperatures and it's humid. That is fuel for the storm. So basically, we're sitting in the pile of fuel that the storms like. So a lot of like, food that you like to eat. And once that starts mixing with the daytime heating, with the hotness and humidity, that's when we can spark off a couple of showers. And the main point is off to the west. That is what we're waiting for the big rainmaker. This is just daytime heating. So this basically daytime heating. It builds up energy in the atmosphere. Convective available potential energy, CAPE values go through the roof, and we get storms like this. So that's basically how that happens. But like I mentioned, this is not a widespread severe weather event, but we do have one severe thunderstorm warning for the Jefferson County and St. Louis County, southwestern St. Louis County. Mainly, if you are asking me, mainly for the Eureka area is where we're seeing that. So I want to be live here just so you guys are aware that around the Eureka area is where we're seeing 60-mile-per-hour winds and hail. You can see right here on the screen. The white part, this shows some higher rain values being picked up on the radar, which may cause some hail. But we're not expecting any damage or anything like that. But it's eventually going to head off to the Valley Park, the Baldwin area near Manchester. So let's see, 109 and 141. So Manchester between 109 and 141 is most likely eventually where this storm is going to go. Let's see if we have any reports. Also, if you're in this area, let me know in the comments what you're seeing outside. I really do appreciate that. And we can get that passed along to the National Weather Service so they are aware of what's going on. So let's see. See if any reports are coming through. Okay, not seeing any reports coming through yet, which is good. We love to see that. But this storm is finally starting to move. Finally starting to move, which is a good sign. But for the Eureka area, that is great for all the rain. We really do appreciate that. Alrighty, just checking a couple things. Don't mind me. Just checking a couple things. Trying to see if we have any reports coming out there. And you can see the storm is starting to move through the Eureka area, so. Yeah, so that is good. Okay, just checking a couple things here. Seeing lightning at 64 in Olive. Yeah, that is probably. Yeah, so that is 64 in Olive. Yeah, if you look off to your south or southwest, you will be able to see the storm. And I want to go back. I want to switch the camera here. Yeah. So there's really no good camera view right now, but that is correct. You're probably seeing that. But this storm still looks like it's holding strength. It looks like the National Weather Service is currently thinking about issuing a warning, but normally in most cases, these storms like to blow up, get severe like this, and then they pop right off. So our friends in Illinois are probably really not going to see much. Like I said, we have this area of rain near Hillsboro and Bellows Creek, which is not in the factor. So the main talk of the town is near the Eureka area, is where we're having that severe weather event going on. Like I said, it's very isolated to scatter at best. See, trying to get a visual, but unfortunately, MoDOT has. Yeah, MoDOT has the thing where it doesn't like to turn the camera. So, let's see. We just got a image in. Let's see if I can pull it up here. Okay, I can't see that. Hey, Dad, if you're watching the live stream, can you send it to me through Facebook? I can't bring it up this way. Yeah, if you can send it through Facebook, I'd love to show that. But very nice view. Very nice view of the rain out in the distance. Like I said, it's not very big. It's not a big storm, but it does have some heavy rain. And like I said, it's going to be moving towards the Wildwood, starting to enter the Wildwood, Ellisville, Baldwin, Manchester, and eventually the Valley Park area. So if you're in those areas or if you know anybody in these areas, make sure you get them a hello and let them know that some rain is moving their way that could remain severe. But let's hope this weekends, because that would be good news. But nothing too crazy. Some small hail is possible with this as it moves through. Yeah, so not seeing any not seeing any storm reports, not seeing any damage as of right now, so that is very good. But like I said, it's really just sitting right on top of the Eureka area. So that is a little bit funny. But I don't see any live cameras that are looking at this storm. We'll see. If anybody finds a live camera that is looking at the storm, I really do appreciate it. But like I said, this is the only storm that we're monitoring. Everywhere else will remain dry besides if you're in the Hillsborough area. But if you're on 44, you might just want to take a peek or share the live stream to anybody that's on 44. Make sure they're aware. Because it looks like we're having a little bit of slowdown. May just be the traffic area, but here's a little bit of the storm here. Off to the top right of the camera here, you can see the storm out in the distance. This is looking from Valley Park near the 141 area. In the top right corner, you can see the screen. Okay, let me see. Send it through on. Let's see. Yeah, Dad, if you're watching, send it through the the weather page because I'm already logged in. But if you're just joining us, we do have a severe thunderstorm warning for 6 more minutes for northwestern Jefferson County and southwestern St. Louis County until 5 p.m. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and small hail are possible. Expect damage to roofs, sidings, and trees will all be possible in this warning. And it looks like 65,000 people are affected, 25,000 homes. And you can see with the radar update, let me bring you back. A lot of places in here. It looks like a couple nursing homes, public schools, private schools, all in the path of this warning. But it does have 6 more minutes. Let me just check the velocities. We haven't checked the velocities here. Not seeing anything far as velocities go. So I wouldn't be surprised if they do not continue this. Because usually around the 5-minute mark is when they're going to issue a new warning. And if anything that's not before 5 minutes, if there's not a new warning before the 5-minute timer, basically, they're usually not going to issue a warning. But like I said, we also do have air quality alert and effect. So if you're sensitive there, make sure you spend some time inside and watch our live stream. All right, so let's see. Okay, so good news, everybody. Update coming in from the National Weather Service is the storm which prompted the warning has weakened below severe limits and no longer poses immediate threat to life or property. Therefore, the warning will be allowed to expire. However, gusty winds are still possible with this thunderstorm. So like I said, this warning is going to be expired in 4 minutes. But if you're in the Wildwood, Baldwin, and we'll watch out in the Chesterfield, Creve Coeur area, we could see some heavy rain and a pocket of gusty winds. But the National Weather Service is letting us know that this storm is weakening. So that is very good news. So we'll probably head off here in about 4 minutes when this severe thunderstorm warning expires. But okay, so they just canceled the severe thunderstorm warning for this storm. It's probably going to take a little bit for the program to catch up. But like I said, for the rest of the evening here, we'll go over a quick forecast as well before we head off. So we will let you know that. So just give us just a second. We'll go over a quick forecast. Of quick weekend forecast. But this storm here near Eureka, like I said, it might make it to the Chesterfield and up near the Creve Coeur area, West St. Louis County. So expect some heavy rain and some gusty winds, but the National Weather Service is expecting it to go below severe limits and stay below severe limits. So that is great news. But everywhere else, we do have Hillsborough getting some action headed towards the Arnold area, but we're not really seeing anything too crazy. We did get a report of hail at Six Flags. So, some unconfirmed reports that there was some hail in Six Flags, which probably prompted the warning. So, that is that. So, we'll just stay on about 2 more minutes here. I'm getting the models to show you what we can expect for the rest of the evening here. So we'll keep it on here just a few more minutes longer. Let the warning fully expire so everybody's okay. But if you're just tuning in, severe weather threat has ended. We're waiting for the warning to expire. But the heavy rain will last probably all the way to Wildwood and Chesterfield, Creve Coeur area. But real quickly, we'll go over the weekend forecast. All right, so let's go here. Let's go here. All right. So this is basically through the weekend. So, like I said, we have those storms that bubbled up today. You can see almost perfectly. And then as we go into the 8-9 p.m. hour, you can see we're going to have some more storms that decide to move in from the west. This is what we have been advertising. So the Thursday evening storms, this is what we're advertising here. Some storms are going to be moving around till about midnight or so. Some leftover showers in the morning. And once we walk out the door, we can have another round of scattered showers and thunderstorms. Not expecting anything severe after that last warning. So just to let you know, this is some casual rain that we do need, and it's going to last most of the morning commute. So make sure you plan ahead some extra time during the morning commute all the way through Illinois as well, that there's going to be rain most of the morning, which that has been staying fairly consistent here. So that is great news. And then once we get into the evening time, it depends. Models have been shifting around how far east storms are going to develop, but of course we'll watch our Illinois counties. Anywhere east of St. Louis is where we could have the potential thunderstorm in the afternoon time. But most of the day will be dry on Friday evening besides the Illinois side. And then once we get into Saturday, the short range models are showing some off and on showers possible on Saturday. And as we go into Sunday, Saturday night into Sunday, we can see some more showers and thunderstorms as well. So plenty of rain chances coming this weekend. Almost every day, tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday have a chance of rain, just like our forecast that we posted this morning shows chances of rain throughout the weekend. So it may relieve some of the drought, but we're almost an inch below where we should be, and we're about to close out the month. But cooler temperatures are going to be making a return next week, but of course we'll let you know and that Sunday update how cool those temperatures are going to be. But you guys are probably going to like it if it's going to stay the same. I will appreciate it. I am done up to 90 degrees forever. Not even this next year, just forever. So one last update before we head off. And let me see, we did get an image. Okay, we did get an image here. This was from my dad, actually, moments ago. So if you're just tuning in here, this was moments ago. This was looking at 64 and Olive. This was a vantage point from the storm. You're looking few miles away. So you can see the storm wasn't really that big, but you can see the rain curtains indicating some strong rain and potentially the thunderstorm criteria. So thanks, Dad, for sending that in. And of course, if you have a video that you took, you can always send it to us on the Facebook page. The last update before we go off, Wildwoods, Chesterfield, the Pear, the Baldwin area, maybe up near 64 near the Creve Coeur area, can expect some heavier rain, but I think the severe threat should be limited, if not zero, for the rest of the evening. So make sure you're following the weather page, staying up to date with the alerts. We'll keep you updated throughout the evening, and we'll come back live if severe weather warrants. So this is Team Kenny Weather signing off for now, and we'll see you next time.